Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Justin Matabike there to bring him down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. To throw here, O'Connell. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Here's Jacobs from the gun. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Once again, it's Jacobs. And they'll get him down right about the 20. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Try to run for it with Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2, and it brings up 4.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll go for it. O'Connell. That is caught. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. On the shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Jackson. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Second down and 8. Now O'Connell. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away?
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Arthur Miller, and the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed.
Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's O'Connell. That one's complete out to Michael Mayer. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties, and then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
Throwing on 1st down, O'Connell. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
O'Connell back to the air on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. To the air again with O'Connell. And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. Lots of incompletions on first and second down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Jackson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And this one is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Able to fight through one tackle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 68 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Aiden O'Connell, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start with the option. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson on the move to his left. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Jackson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. On 2nd down, Hill. And he'll power his way up near the 25. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson now. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. And now here is another interception. He's on his way. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers.